Hello. Thank you very much for helping our project. You will find links in the description of this video. We will analyze the main fundamental indicators of the company, the Boeing Company, BA, ticker, BA. The review was created based on information as of June 15, 2024. According to Classification Guru, Markets organization, Boeing Company belongs to the subcategory. Aviaprom, 10 organizations are participating in the assessment. This is more or less representative. Let's start with summary data for the company. If necessary, you can pause the video. We invite you to look at each parameter of the company under study more carefully. Access to the database with the structure of company tickers is absolutely free and open. Please give the link to the stock analysis to your friends. Market capitalization of the company Boeing Company is $108.82 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $223 billion. The Boeing Company, BA, accounts for a share of 48.693% and is one of the leaders in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $7 billion. Boeing Company accounts for 0% share. Having made a comparison of the occupied shares of market and book value, we will see the following. Occupied share Boeing Company in the subcategory in case of market value assessment is 48.693%. The book value is 0%. This is 100% less than the share of stock market capitalization. Assessment of the company's share of market and book value in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Overall company assessment Boeing Company will be presented at the very end of the video. Please review the logic of the study in full. The company has no financial obligations. Score for the company's financial obligations, very good, 2 points. The balance of a company's market price to its profit is 0. Average in subcategory 0. Assessment of the company's market price to profit ratio in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$2,151 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. This is very bad for the company's price. Assessment of expected future profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company's price-to-revenue ratio is 1.4. The subcategory average of 2.2 is 36% lower than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's stock market value to revenue in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $76,440 million. Future revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. And this is negative for the company's prospects. An assessment of projected future sales performance compared to subcategory performance. Bad, -1 point. The margin is -2.8%, with the average in the subcategory -1%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 1.8%. Assessment of sales profitability in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 68.363%. which is 40% more than the share of market capitalization. And this shows the imbalance in the market value of the organization Boeing Company, probably towards underestimation. The amount of market capital for each employee of the organization is $636,000. Whereas for the subcategory it is $893,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 28.8%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per individual employee of the company is $0,000. With the average for the subcategory minus $4,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is $4,000. Estimation of profit per company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The amount of revenue per employee of the organization is $447,000. In the subcategory $410,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 9%. Estimation of revenue per company employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions corresponds to 1.9%, with an average for the subcategory of 4.1%. This is an assessment of a possible short squeeze. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 44% for the company Boeing Company. Whereas for the subcategory the RSI level, 14, is 40%. Potentially, securities of the subcategory are quoted in the same way as shares the Boeing Company, BA. Comparing the dynamics of a company's share price the Boeing Company, BA, and subcategory companies. We can see that over the last 12 months the stock the Boeing Company, BA, showed a dynamics of minus 18.3%. Against price changes in the subcategory 17.4%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but you need to take note of this fact. The total result is 0 out of 10 points. Average score for the subcategory, 3 points. If you look broadly, within the entire US market in general, we will see that the average result for the US stock market as a whole is 0.4 points. Against a 0-point rating for the Boeing Company, BA. Let's go to the order table, which is available to you. The link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all decisions made by the stock valuation information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the company analysis Boeing Company help System.GURU.Markets the decision was made. Do not open a deal, because the Boeing Company, BA, this is not the most undervalued company in the subcategory. Thank you all very much for watching this video and for using the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. You are the coolest audience in the world.